2021 Volvo XC40 Recharged. We have Paul with us. Let's see what this thing can do.
Hi everyone.
So first things first, let me tell you what this thing is all about. This is the first all-electric Volvo. It's a twin motor setup based on the XC40. They call it the Recharged. It makes 402 horsepower and 486 pound-feet of torque. So it does boogie. So we're about to go straight. So take this turn and then give me some power, Paul. Let's see what this thing can do.
Let's do it. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Whoa! Whoa! Jeez.
Yep.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
So obviously I haven't driven the car. I know what it can do, but you know, that's
Wow.
his genuine reaction.
Wow.
All right, let's start driving.
Oh, maybe one more. Oh, my.
It's the perfect car to give somebody
This is
whiplash.
unbelievable, this power, eh? Unbelievable.
Come on, one more. Give me whiplash.
Oh! This is too much fun. This is too much fun.
And,
Wow.
and silent fun.
Jason, this thing's
Right.
silent, honestly. Like right now we're driving about 50 kilometers. You hear nothing. I hear it a little bit on the heater, right? On the fan, and that's about it. Let's do it.
Come on, just for fun. Give you one more.
Wow! Wow! Are you kidding me?
Oh, okay.
It's gonna get dangerous very quickly.
Yeah. The
Gotta
good thing
keep
is the
this-
cops don't hear you coming. So you're coming in fast, but you're coming in silent.
Coming in silent, yeah.
Okay, so this thing, the MSRP starts at 68 and change thousand Canadian dollars. So it's not cheap, but it is made in Belgium. So I guess you had a good point about Belgian union rates. That's why it's probably pretty expensive. So the range on this thing, EPA range, is 333 kilometers, which makes it about 200 less than the equivalent Tesla Model Y. It's a little bit of a problemo right there. What do you think about the build quality? Interior is fantastic, isn't it?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it just, this is what a Volvo should be, right? It's just great. Soft touch, right? Steering wheel, amazing. The steering wheel, and this is what you're touching all the time, is just great, right? It's
Ties
nicely
in
wrapped.
perfectly to the excellent R-Design seats. Perfect. Do you like the driving position? Because I was really comfortable.
Driving position is fantastic. The seats, again, these seats are so comfortable. Like we can just go on cruising for hours, right? I can just feel it. They have the thigh extension as well, which really like, great feature. But right now, everything looks great.
There's a very bumpy road ahead, so keep going straight. We're going to test out the ride comfort. So far, it feels pretty good. The suspension, well tuned.
It soaks it up nice. I mean, it is obviously very comfortable, though, to be honest, very comfortable. But we'll do a nice little test here.
Okay. So ride comfort over bumps soaks up well. It's quiet, which is important in the EV because you don't hear anything else. So, when you hear knocking from the suspension or it's struggling, it's not good. This one is handling it really well. Yeah. We noticed that body roll is pretty well controlled. So there's no real lean. So it's firm to handle well, but it's not uncomfortable.
Agreed.
So it's a very well-tuned suspension. Let's talk about the first problem we had about the car, though. So we got the car, it was cold, it was freshly washed, and we had some major fogging. I'll show you some video of what happened to the windshield. It takes a very long time for this HVAC system to start working, right? The heating.
Agreed. It really fogged up on the sides. The front side windows were fogging up a lot. The front was. It was actually quite.
Still is on my side a little bit.
It was actually a little dangerous, right? To be honest, So and this was at the beginning. Obviously, it's cold. We're at minus what? What are we at? I can maybe ask Google.
-5.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey Google, what's the temperature like outside?
The temperature in Pickering right now is 28 degrees. Due to current wind
Fahrenheit.
conditions, it feels like it's 19.
Yeah, that's Fahrenheit though, right? Hey Google, what's the temperature outside in Celsius?
The temperature in Pickering right now is -2 degrees Celsius.
-2.
Due to current wind conditions,
Okay,
it feels
thanks
like
Google.
it's
Shut up now. Thanks. So we're going to talk about the Android operating system built into this car. It's the first Volvo that comes with it. Every other Volvo will have it. Did I say Volvo or Volvo? Volvo. Anyway, so we'll talk about the Android system. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, it doesn't do much with the car yet. Like, it will set your climate control temperature and it will tell you your range because there's no range on the instrument cluster. Hey Google, what's my range?
You can drive for about 85 kilometers with the remaining charge.
I don't see it.
I'm guessing that's going to be the first complaint from owners. They're going to say, hey, it'd be really nice to see how much range I have left, and what does 64% battery mean? One pedal driving though on this car. Did you get used to it yet?
I'm getting used to it. It is smooth. It's not clutchy or grabby, right? Right now I'm just going to go off, right? And I'm taking it right off.
And there's nobody behind us, so let's see.
No one behind us, yeah. And it stops very smoothly. There's no jerk at all. Like we're not bobbing our heads at all.
It wouldn't wake up your babies, that's for sure.
No, it's great. And very easy to get used to be honest. Not going to make you sick, I don't think, right? The one pedal driving.
As every other electric car that supports this one pedal driving, you'll save the brake pads and the rotors. So overall, the XC40 size-wise, it's a little bit, let's say, bigger than a BMW X1 in terms of roominess inside, smaller than an X3, so it's somewhere in between there. Roomy enough for 4 people, right? The back, due to the width, is going to be a squeeze with a third person inside. But let's say a family of 4, very comfortable in here.
Agreed.
And as in our regular XC40 review, which you can watch right there, the XC40 has all the cool features that are useful for a family. For example, it has a garbage bin. You throw in your garbage in right here, and then when it's full, you just dump it out. Now just caught our cables too, so it won't close. There you go. There's lots of pockets. The door cards are huge. You can put like full-size bottles in it. There's like a hook right in front of me here for, I don't know, maybe a purse, whatever you want to hook. Lots of storage here. It has a wireless charging tray, USB-C ports for your charging, and of course the Volvo minimalistic ergonomics, which basically don't have a lot of buttons, just the very basic ones for your radio tuning, volume, and
very
whatever.
important for the volume, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Dial for
Stereo
that.
controls, pretty okay, simple, easy to understand, big buttons, so you don't get confused. Instrument cluster, all digital. You can't customize it a lot. There are like 2 or 3 modes you can have, like with your driving assistance in the middle or your Google Maps if you want. Pretty cool there. Got a nice panoramic sunroof. Does Tesla have a panoramic sunroof or just glass roof?
Yeah, the fixed glass. I'm actually, I love the fact that it's actually a panoramic. It does open, right? I think that's a great feature.
And it opens with a cool swipe control. There's no like actual button, so it's gets some getting used to, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
What's that over there? Your holy shit handle looks interesting. Oh, fail. Fail.
Uh-oh.
Freeze.
What did I do?
Close.
Okay,
There you
so
go.
I got my handle. Hold on.
It's not a handle though.
What is it?
It's like a cover of some sort. Is it deleted?
I don't know. Check it out.
Yeah, nothing there. It's like a deleted holy shit handle.
But maybe it's for my glasses or something.
I don't know. We'll check after. But it
Okay.
looks weird.
Okay.
It has a power trunk and you can adjust the height. And it has a very interesting, so roominess in the back is pretty good in the trunk. It has hooks on the side that makes it practical, so you can hook your little stuff left and right so they don't go flying. And it has an interesting retractable cage for you that have a dog or a prisoner. I don't know. What would you use that? It's a perfect Dexter car. You put the guy in the back.
That's
Shut up, bitch. We're gonna deal with you later.
Good safety feature, right? For cargo in case you have to do a panic stop, nothing comes into the cabin.
It isn't a net though, so if you have like smaller items, they can slide through the bars. So it's like for bigger things, whatever. This also has the feature that you can automatically recline the rear headrests, which is great because if your kids are not behaving, you can just do this. Let me find it in the settings. You go here, controls, wipers, whatever, and look, headrest fold. You ready? Behave back there. You smack them in the head.
That's cool. Love it.
It's like the built-in Greek mother. Shut up.
Get that slipper, right? Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Price-wise, pretty expensive. Probably worth it, but pretty expensive still. Drives? What do you
Drive
think?
is very good. I mean, it's firm, right? Very responsive, yet still very comfortable. I mean, they're able to, I guess, get the best of both worlds, right? Not, it doesn't really bounce over bumps. Well-controlled ride. I can feel like I can drive for hours. I mean, and that's the key, right? Can we drive for a long time? Yeah. Seats,
I
this
don't
and
think you're
that.
going to be able to do that, though, with a range. Maybe 3 hours.
Yeah. That's
See, the window's fogging up again.
Yeah, this honestly, for me, this is probably the concerning,
Volvo,
right?
you gotta fix this. First problem. Now that I reached out for the air vent, though, I saw Harman Kardon sound system. Pretty good sound system in this car, right?
Oh yeah, no, very good.
Not as good as the higher end Volvos that have like the Bowers and Wilkins sound system, but the Harman Kardons are really good. Like even this bass one, if you want to call it bass, has a lot of bass. It's nice and loud. Materials, I love it. Love the carpeting. Like everything is nicely lined. Really, we have to find something to complain.
Even the door bins. The door bins are lined too. Normally those are just plastic and they rattle around, but even those are lined nicely. Yeah, no, fit and finish is great.
The frunk is not very useful. Like for an electric car, they could have given you a bigger frunk. It's pretty small. Like the Teslas, they have a bigger, nicer frunk. This is pretty useless, to be honest. Like, and I don't like the fact that you have to open the hood with like a latch. You also have a nice heated steering wheel, which is your favorite feature.
For me, the number one feature of any car is the heated wheel. You know, I can do without heated seats or even heat in general. Give me that heated wheel, right? Your hands are touching it all the time, right? It's the one part that you're always holding on to in the car. And
it's a beautiful wheel too.
It's a beautiful wheel. I think every car should have, at least in Canada, standard heated wheel, right? That's it. So it's
heated front seats, heated rear seats, although the rear are optional. They are fitted in this car. So this car, as tested, is 71,000 Canadian dollars plus freight PDI plus taxes, of course. Now, this one and the Model Y, they do not get the rebate. So that $5,000 federal rebate is gone, at least here in Ontario. The one thing I want to talk about is technology. So obviously, the car is great as a car. This one has all the collision mitigation, driving assistance. So it has the pilot assist, so it'll kind of drive by itself on the highway, but you still have to hold on the steering wheel. Has good blind spot monitors with my favorite little bow indicators on the mirrors. It has a really good 360 panoramic camera stitching for like when you're backing up. So that view is really good. But the big thing in this car that Volvo can't stop talking about is the Android OS for the infotainment system. And here's my really quick review of it. First of all, it's very responsive. So compared to the outgoing Sensus OS that Volvo had, it looks the same. So it is upright. It's very responsive, but it's not too big. So it's not like a Ram 1500 or a Tesla. So the screen is not that big. So it does get a little bit tricky, touching the actual spot that you want. You can install apps. You have Google Maps. You have Google Play Store, so you can install almost any app that you can install on any Android tablet. So you can't install any video apps. So we tried to install Netflix, not possible. No YouTube, so you can't watch MotorPress. Too bad. But you do have the Google Assistant, so you can say, "Hey G," and ask it to do stuff. Obviously, interacting with the car, there is a way to find out your range. Okay, Google, what's my range?
You can drive for about 140 kilometers with the remaining charge.
And we have 61% to do 140 kilometers. That's not very promising. So that's not even 300, like in total, right?
Yeah.
And we've been driving quite nicely with a few kickdowns because it's fun. That's the first thing you can do with Google. Obviously, you can do the same thing that you can do with your phone. So I'm not going to go into detail of what Hey G can do for you. Obviously, it can do everything, like navigate me to like the nearest Tim Hortons or Burger King or whatever's your cup of tea. Unfortunately, you cannot have this car be a device in your Google Home, because I would love, as this car is in my garage charging, I could add it as a device to my Google Home, and then I can ask my Google speaker questions about my car, like, oh, is my car locked? Is my car charging? What's the current charge level? Preheat my car, maybe, like, hey Google, preheat my car. Hey Google, open the sunroof.
Sorry, I can't control that in this car.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's like the stuff that would be really nice to be here. Unfortunately, it's not. On the other hand, it is on the CAN bus of the car, so it can eventually do it. So Volvo said they'll think about it. They might bring these kind of features in the future. So that's a little bit of a fail. But if you say, hey Google, take me to the nearest Tim Hortons.
Navigating to Tim Hortons.
Obviously that works. But that works the same way it would work on your phone or any tablet. So there's nothing really XC40 Recharge specific here. This is nice. It works great. You can see your Google Maps on your instrument cluster, and you can see the actual navigation happening right there, which is pretty cool. So great step up from the previous generation infotainment system from Volvo, but is it as cool as it could have been? No. Will they release the potential in the future? Let's hope so. Oh, love it.
Wow, I can't believe it. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so much fun to drive. I mean, look at that. I mean, you have to pass somebody, you can just simply just, push down and
See
go.
you later.
That's it.
And the other really good thing is, which I don't know if I mentioned, but I do want to specially mention it. This thing handles really well. So it definitely does torque vectoring control. So when you hammer it in the corners, you feel it. Initially, it pushes, so it understeers, but it then uses torque vectoring control. It will power one side of a car more, or basically brake the other side to make it rotate a bit better. It never went into oversteer mode, but it went to neutral, which I liked. I think somebody might think it's a bit too much power for the XC40, but I think they've controlled it really well. So they made it fast, but it's really under control. And I really like that. Like, it's not scary. Like, once you remember the surge of torque that's coming your way, you can handle it, and it's awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, just from a non-technical side of things, it just corners very flat. No lean, no body roll, right? It just it just planted, right? I mean, you just felt so confident in the car taking into the corner.
Down the road, I'm expecting when things get a little bit more affordable, if this was, let's say, a $45,000 car, it would be perfect, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's get that price a little bit lower, right? And hopefully they'll do a great job on the over-the-air updates, right? Based on feedback. But in terms of being put together and driving dynamics, it's great. Volvo did a great job, right? I mean, this is their first try here, right? And they've really nailed it, I think, in that department.
Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Great try from Volvo. If you'd give it a score out of 10, I'll give you the honors. You can...
I would give it 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Yeah.
Great attempt, Volvo. Love the infotainment. Make it work with my Google Home, because there's a lot of potential there that you need to explore. Make connectivity better. Maybe some customization for the display. So maybe you can have like a bigger speedometer, like in the middle. Like, there's the view of there's nothing in the middle. There's no point having nothing in the middle. Use that space up. Glad to have Paul on camera for the very first time. He's been behind the cameras a few times, but good to see your face.
Yeah, thank you, Jason, for inviting me today to drive the car. What a pleasure to drive. Thank you.
Okay, guys, that's it for now. Till next time, be well.
Bye, everyone.
Perfect.